nobody gonna say nothing. No, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. The church don't club. The church don't club. We don't club in the church.
Prophetess Dr. Juanita Bynum went viral for her sermon addressing club/hip-hop music in church. You just don't want to miss this video.
Y'all like this shock like this is something new. It's not something new. And what God did then, he gonna do it again. Oh, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. He said, get down there. The people are clubbing.
When Prophetess Dr. Juanita Bynum speaks, the world listens. But this time, her fiery sermon has gone viral, and it's sending shockwaves across the entire Christian community. It all started when mega churches, respected gospel artists and pastors, started embracing a more modern approach to worship, incorporating hip-hop and club music into their services. For some, it was a breath of fresh air, attracting younger audiences and bringing a new vibe to worship. But for Juanita Bynum, it was crossing the line, and she made sure everyone knew it.
The church is not a club. The church is not a place where we club and dance to the devil's music. I'm sorry, y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's okay because the pattern cannot change. Let me tell you what.
This pastor is about to give us a performance that will make you think they are in a club.
I know some people would say, oh, he is dancing like David danced in the Bible, but I believe there is something wrong with the choice of song and dance steps. The church shouldn't sound like a club, and Christians shouldn't dance the same way in church as they do in the club. Simple.
But let me tell you what's wrong with it. What's wrong with it is because if your building has an altar, then you have just made God mad. If it's just a building to you, then it's okay. It's okay.
Bynum's sermon opened up an age-old debate. Should worship stay traditional, or is there room for modern influences like hip-hop and club music in the house of God? Bynum has been a vocal critic of what she sees as the worldly infiltration of the church, calling out the Christian community who, in her words, are acting shocked like this is something new. But it is not something new. She even took direct shots at pastors and leaders saying, what God did then, he is going to do again.
But watch this, Mother Frazier. Like this is Mount Sinai. But where I'm standing is the foot of Mount Sinai. And this was the place that God decided to make an altar. Moses went up. He heard the noise. God said, get down there. The people have defiled themselves. He said, the people is clubbing now. Y'all ain't saying that. Y'all ain't saying. Y'all acting shocked. Y'all acting shocked like this is something new. It's not something new. And what God did then, he gonna do it again. Oh, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that.
Juanita Bynum is right. Some people are acting shocked. This progressive approach to worship, embracing a more contemporary style, has left the church divided. On one side, those who agree with Bynum, arguing that the church should remain sacred and untouched by secular influences. On the other side, those who stand with a progressive approach, believing that modern music can bring people closer to God.
Oh, you don't hear me. I love you because I tell you that you're in danger. I love you because I tell you that what you're putting in your ears and what you're putting in your spirit is going to drive your flesh to disobey God. If I love you, I will tell you that. The Bible said there arose a generation that knew not the Lord. I don't care about people getting saved because they came and got saved to your way. But the Bible said, come out from among them and be ye separated. So how can you worship the devil on the altar and then y'all come on here. Come on here. Two glories cannot shine at the same time in the same place. No, we're not preaching to you a half gospel. Yes, come as you are, but you can't stay as you are.
Juanita Bynum is right. We need to protect the sanctity of our worship. Yes, come as you are. But you can't stay as you are. I don't care what anyone says. As long as I live, I will stand for holiness. And no amount of hip-hop, R&B, or club music will change that.
Y'all remember the word holiness? It's still real. It's still right. He's still going to require you to put it down and come out. He's still going to require you to let it go. Y'all ain't saying nothing up in here. He's still going to require you to have a yes, Lord. He's still going to require you to purge. He's still going to require you to be washed. If we don't be careful, we won't have nothing left in the church that is sacred. Ain't nothing going to be sacred. They lying to you. They lying to you. You can't club in no church. They lying to you. You can't still sex up with your boyfriend and say you saved. The Bible talks about profane language. They're lying to you if they tell you you can still cuss people out. I'm not hearing you. Saved from. What is your from? I'm gonna come on this side because y'all looking at me crazy. What is your from? He saved you from what? Because if you still do the same thing that you used to do before you got saved, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You have not been converted. I'm ready. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. No, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. The church don't club. The church don't club. We don't club in the church. We don't club outside the church. That's not safe. And I wish I had somebody that didn't mind giving God a praise because you ain't scared. I was raised when we didn't have an organ. And I'm telling you that the Bible would drop in the church until you would hear humming all over that church. You would think the music is being played because the people knew how to break through in their belly to God. Because ain't no sinner got no business coming up to the pastor after church time and I enjoyed your service. No, what must I do to be saved? Which means the power wasn't in here. I feel better, but I'm not delivered. Y'all, I'm gonna come over here. I feel lighter. I ain't gonna give up nothing. I just feel better. But we don't have time for that. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Have you looked around this church? We ain't got time for people that play church. We just got one foot in the world and one foot in the church. We don't have time for the people that club on Fridays and Saturdays and then come in here and want to worship God. We don't have time for that. The Bible said, choose you this day. Choose you this day. Who you gonna serve?
So where do you stand? Is Juanita Bynum protecting the church from the world, or is simply evolving and embracing a more contemporary style the way we worship? Can hip-hop and club music truly belong in the house of God? Let us know in the comments below.